Alright, welcome back to a new episode of the Guys Book Club in the World. Book Club, yay! And today, guys, we're on extremely special episode. We got today, guys. We're on episode number 290. I said it because, never mind. I feel like I have a gap here. But to see if you can see it on the camera. Anyway, today, guys, we're on episode number 290, guys. 290. I can't believe we achieved so many episodes, guys. Sometimes the thing that I need to see is that I actually have this huge amount of episodes, right? It's crazy, guys. It's really crazy, and I can't imagine how we are going to feel when we are going to achieve 1,000 episodes, guys, and 10,000 episodes. So it's going to be crazy amount of episodes. And actually, I don't know if YouTube is going to put down the episode if nobody is going to watch it. I don't know. Let's see what's going to happen. Anyway, I got it on my hard drive, and they're all safe and sound. We got a backup for this great project. So guys, if you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you're new to the channel, welcome back. My name is Zeki, and in this podcast, guys, we're working together on the speaking level, and then communication skills to the phone and camera and communicate before the camera. I'm doing this podcast because I truly believe that English is the number one tool that each one of us must go on to be successful in life. And the second tool that is going to help us to know how to communicate well before the camera. And guys, if you take those two skills and you combine them together, you can create great content to the internet and can influence billions of people all around the world. So I don't recommend to do that, guys. It's crazy. It's really crazy to do it. You can have huge impact on the world and you can get things. And I'm aware of the fact that sometimes it may be challenging. For example, when I started the podcast, I was trying to speak in English and to be in the camera. But as long as I keep working on it, I improved, and I feel much more confident now. And I know that for maybe other people around the world, it's going to be also challenging. And what we're doing, and my hoping is that by sharing with you guys my journey to become a master in English, a master communicator on the camera, I will inspire the people, maybe you, ladies and gentlemen, watching the podcast, maybe you, to also work on English and also work on the skills to stand for the camera and to share messages with the world and just inspire the world and make a difference because we're in. And I started the Instagram page, Instagram profile, my friend Jan King, and I showed that I just make a content like videos of mine, and now after I conquer the fear to speak in English in front of the camera, I challenge myself to do more. You need to always challenge yourself and to get better 1% a day. So now it's the podcast for 1 year, and we continue to do it 5 episodes per week. Now we add to do reels and TikToks and shorts and all the stuff. And I started to create a new content. It's like a student life content, something like this. And that's for me to put myself out there, just to work on myself or putting myself to the content to see myself on the camera and just putting myself out there and just working on myself. And it doesn't matter who is going to watch it, as long as I working on myself, like I challenge myself, I keep improving myself. So I recommend to also you to do it. So I got a nice new cut to celebrate 290 episode. Yeah, I really like my hair. See, I really love it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it as you can, because you see my hair is starting to disappear, guys. It's starting to disappear. So I want to enjoy it as much as I can. And today, guys, we got this king behind us. It's not my king. It's not John King, my friend, my bestie, but it's a king. What's a king? He said, okay, from king to king. I want to show my appreciation to your podcast and to John King show by coming to the podcast. And guys, if you want to check out this John King, and to also invite him to your own podcast, you know where you can find him. On 3, 2, 1, kabam, on Good Fun. That's right, you can find him on Good Fun. And this, damn. And this great background upload to Good Fun, bananas, and then 7 Razor. 7 Razor, I don't know who is it. first time on the channel, and this is the great background upload to good fun on 5th on August 2013. Damn, it's downloaded already 2,500 times. Of course, we like it. And let's see which the new background. Oh, it's savage. Really savage picture. Let's keep it. A future episode. And when we are going to watch this episode, we're going to see it. And guys, if you want to download the picture, just need to choose the resolution from you. And interestingly, 2014, it's made almost like 2K. Nice. Of course, we like it. And you just need to press download. Right, click on the picture. שמירת בשם מניב עושה pictures in English and tap down, guys. I can't want it in all language. All of us, we need to get for wow, around the board is going to be a really nice game. First on it. Choose very much to save it on a computer. Press save. You see, I already save it on my computer. Press save and kabam, just like that, you will get this grab account on your computer. So thank you very much for the artist who made this grab account. And thank you very much for 7L Razor 7 for sharing this grab account with us. And today, guys, we'll continue our journey with your next moves of Patrick and David. A really good book. I really enjoy it, and I implement what I learned from this book. I try to implement it in my life, how to manage myself, how to be more strategic. It's because he has a master of the art of a business strategy. So I try to be more strategic, to choose my goals in a better mindset, an improved mindset, because as we continue to read, guys, we continue to get more knowledge, and we continue to improve. And today I had a test, and we had a question about Freud, and he said something that I remember from the book, The Denial of Depth. It's read about Freud. It's not the answer, but he said something in this. He said, "Hey, it's like a book club, The Denial of Depth." But like it was like Freud saw the parents guiding for the kids, and against not סוכן חברות or not. If you know what I'm saying. Let's see. I don't know. The test was challenging. I didn't prepare enough for all the tests. And I didn't improve it, and I really hate it. I don't enjoy it. To not success, to be success on the test. So I give up to myself, and I told myself that it's smart, you can do it, but no, I'm not smart that I can do it. I need to work on myself. But I make my lessons for this semesters, from this semester, and I'm going to crush it next semester. And I hope to start a new job, as I told you, with the director of the student union of the university. And I have to crush it. Maybe get this job and to crush it. And anyways, guys, if you want to check out this great background into King, and if you want to check out the book, Your Next 5 Moves by Patrick David, Master of Art of Business Strategy, or if you want to check out Patrick David's social media accounts, and you know that I extremely recommend to check them out, because on his social media accounts, Patrick David shows us huge amount of wisdom, and it's free. It's free. Just go out there, take this wisdom, improve this wisdom, work on this wisdom, and become successful much more than you can imagine. Just I don't know how to describe it, but just do it. Just do it. And you got a link in the description. Just make sure to check them out. And guys, if anyone of you have any suggestions for microphone for the podcast, or if anyone of you want to go to the podcast, make us a podcast, show us the board, discuss the board, just like a grand time if you mean English, because I'm really nice guy. Please let me know in the comment below so we can arrange it. And of course, feel free to leave a comment below if you learn something on the channel, maybe something that said, maybe something from the book. Maybe you have your own life lessons that you learn from your own and that you want to share with us, our community. Feel free to do it in the comment below so all of us can enrich our life and improve thanks to you. And guys, one next thing before we start to the book, before we go into the book, if you enjoy the podcast, if you enjoy the video, if you learn something new for the channel, please consider to subscribe to the channel, push the notification bell because it's an extremely exciting episode coming to YouTube. And now it could be 5 extremely exciting episodes per week. And even so, this is the same times. I still managed to try to record 5 episodes per week. And if I miss some days, for this day, I didn't do the Thursday episode. So now today, Sunday, I record the 2 episodes after the test of Thursday and then Sunday. I always try to complete the gap and to record the 5 extremely exciting episodes per week, at least 5 extremely exciting episodes per week. We are going to release 5 extremely exciting episodes per week. And this is 2 months. In 2 weeks, we're going to have the 300 special, the 300 episode special, guys. So definitely wait for that guy, for that one. Yeah. And of course, guys, like the video and share with your friend. It's really 1, 2, 3, 4 clicks from your side, and it's have a lot of huge impact on me. So if you can consider to do it, so please, guys, consider to do it. I really appreciate it, and thank you very much. So shout out to my 2 subscribers and to my 251 total views on the channel. 270 something episode release, 251 views. Impressive. It means that we have at least 20 episodes that nobody is watching, and all the other episodes are 1 episode, 1 views, and 1 view. So I don't care. I don't do it for the views. I do it for myself, improve myself, and maybe it inspires the people. And I don't know, maybe it's going to take me 300 episodes, 10,000 episodes, 1 million episodes. I'm still going to put the work and hoping to inspire the people to do the same, guys. And of course, I'm improving myself. So 2 builds, 1 book club. So guys, let's just dive. So guys, about introduction, let's just dive right into the book. So guys, your next 5 moves by Patrick David. Master Art of Business Strategy, page 181 to 184. Read with the myth, the legend, the one and one in the many. Mr. John, please. Mr. John, please. Mr. John, please. So boy, yeah. Let's go. And it's about Paul. We continue the book. The story about how Paul about his sales. By the way, doesn't this story remind you of the story I just told you about Paul? The reason is that I wanted to spot a trend. It is common for your most talented employees to skate by on talent alone. It's human nature that when things come to us easily, like studying, but I don't success. We tend to coast. As a leader, it's your job to challenge your most talented people to live up to their talent. Unless you understand their numbers, people such as Chris and Paul are going to earn a nice living and completely underachieve. But they shouldn't. Not on Jobs' watch. Not on Belichick's watch. And hopefully not on your watch. To see what happened with Chris, let's examine the math. If he had been doing 10 demos a week, he would have been making 5 sales instead of 2. That would have been $6,000 a week instead of $2,400. Because he was a top dog in the office, and his boss didn't have a moneyball mentality, no one bothered to track his activity. As a result, Chris stopped prospecting. When you dig deeper, you see that he did 0 cold calls. The demos all came from referrals or existing clients. The simple answer: make Chris do more cold calls. You should have known that was a tricky question. There are no simple answers in business. There are no simple answers in business. The data led us to figure out the reason Chris is underachieving. A lack of prospects. Data alone, however, isn't what differentiates the Billy Beans and the stats was borrowed from other people. It's data combined with analysis. If Chris is that good at closer, my first inclination would be to find him more prospects. especially if I had people in the firm who were great at prospecting and bad at closing. I would find a way to combine their talents. Before I did that, I would ask Chris. You guessed it. Who do you want to be? Who do you want? Who do you want? Who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? Great leaders find the intersection of data and human nature. Like a smart doctor who runs blood tests, they use the data to diagnose their problems. They then use their expertise to find solutions. For some entrepreneurs, data is a born part of the business. They aren't interested in the numbers. But I hope those stories make you see why I'm obsessed with data, especially when I can use it to gain a competitive advantage. As I've said many times, reading about how to solve a problem can do only so much. You need to put this information to use in your own business. In your own business. I gave you a simple formula for tracking sales success. If you're in the tracking business, your formulas are going to be much different. Before turning the page, come up with free formulas that will allow you to track your business. Ideally, those will become the first numbers you look at before you start each business day. Let's see. Title: if you don't have a system, you have a limited chance for exponential growth. Title again: if you don't have a system, you have a limited chance for exponential growth. You can see by now that words are not sufficient to tell you what is really happening in your business. Here are four preps that people with no data or systems use. Roughly, I think we are around. I believe we did. Companies that scale and grow eventually create an effective system. If you believe you are going to grow your business on a mere personality, your business will be unpredictable. You need to create systems and protocols that will decrease the need for you to micromanage. Excuse me. Title: 5 reasons to implement systems. 1. What is measured can be scaled and improved. 2. You will know where and to whom to direct your energy and expertise. 3. You can stop micromanaging and empowering employees. 4. Your employees, especially your top performers, won't be able to decisive you with fight. And 5. You will stimulously become more effective and have more freedom. It's one thing to talk about creating systems. It's another to execute them. It's one thing to talk about creating systems. It's another one to execute them. When you are sales focused, it's hard to step away from revenue producing activities. Things such as creating manuals and systems did not come easily to me, and they likely will be harder, and they likely will be hard for you. It's also easier to cash checks than to write them. More of the technology and the people you need to hire won't be cheap. And if you want to be a one-person shop and not grow, you don't have to invest in systems. Title: how to increase the value of your business. When you're in the middle of running a business, slowing down and building systems is easier said than done. If you come from a sales background, you likely have a get the deal now and worry later mentality. If you want to remain a solopreneur, that may work. If, however, you are interested in creating a value rather than just a profit, you need to slow down long enough to create systems. A business that runs on systems, rather than just your know-how, rather than just your know-how, increases in value. You have to document how the system flows. When your employees come in, what steps do you take to integrate them? You need to document every step. The same is true for everything else in your business, such as the steps to take after someone buys a product, when you need to follow up on a sale, and so on. Businesses built on systems, and producers grow in value because they have a life, of their own, without being dependent, on a certain human being. Obviously, your business needs a drive. But having systems in place will increase its value to a whole new level. Profit short-term focus. Working in the business to make more money. Value. Long-term focus. Working on the business to increase value later. Instant gratification. Delayed gratification. Sales mentality. CEO mentality. Independent contractor mentality. Business owner mentality. You can see it. You can't just measure data. You also have to analyze it. As they say on Wall Street, don't fight the tape. When the numbers paint an pretty picture, your ego is going to get involved. You're going to start looking for ways to rationalize your dips. Anticipate this happening, and you can avoid it. The data never lies. It's going to be a lot of work to reach the point of having data to track. I can also say from experience that it's going to feel tedious and painful, especially if you see yourself as a visionary, or you are a salesperson who lacks the passion to do work that doesn't produce an immediate return. I fought it for a long time, and when whether it was from reading Moneyball or suffering from panic attacks, I finally learned that the only way to run a business with scale is to implement systems that track data. And guys, guess what? This is the end of the episode. So let's go, guys. Let's go. Guys, this is the end of the episode, the end of the episode, and on Sunday, we are going to start a new chapter. Chapter 12, stay paranoid. The Grandmaster never lets his guard down. Damn. Then guys, we are getting really close to finish the book. Really close to finishing the book, I think. No, we have 80 more pages to read. Okay. 16%. Yeah, I think we have around 60 episodes or more, 20 episodes to finish the book. Or maybe less, I don't know. But anyway, guys, now thank you so much for joining me. I'm interested that you choose to invest with me. And now, guys, it's your time for binge watch party time. So go out there and start about like a different thing. Enjoy binge watch party time, and I really can't wait to see you all on Sunday for the next episode. Extremely exciting episode of the Girls Book Club and the Boys Like Book Club. Until then, take yourself. Have a great time. Bye bye. Guys, today is Sunday, 23 on January 2022, and time is 23:08 in the evening PM. This is the second episode that I'm using today, and now we are back on track. We are already back on track because I have a pre-recorded episode, so we are on the release on YouTube, it's okay. But I missed I didn't record on a Friday and Thursday, so on Friday I recorded the Wednesday episode, and today I record the Thursday and the Sunday episode. Because I learn, and after a test I don't learn, I take a break, and tomorrow we're going to study. But it's 2 weeks, guys. Only 2 weeks remain. Then I have the second time test. Let's see how much I'm going to get from this test today. היום ראשון 23 לראשון 2022, שעכשיו היא 11:09 בערב. זה הסף הסרטון של ג'וקו. עשה את הסרטון שאמרנו שנערוך אתמול. חייב להתקדח לו בראש. להתקדח מנהל ראשון. המבחן היום. נתנו בראש, אני מקווה שנקבל מעל 80. תכלס מעל 80 אני מבסוט, אני כבר לא יודע אם אני ניגש למועדים. לא יודע מה קורה איתי כבר במבחנים האלה. פתאום מתאמן לי ביטחון עצמי, לגבי תמונות של תואר שני, הכל. לא יודע כמה אני רוצה פתאום, קשה זה זהו, יש תלמידים שרוצים שאני הולך ללמד משם. נראה מקום, יאללה, נתראות.